also going to be feeding calves here in a minute, but I wanted to share this right quick first. I'm letting the Ranger warm up before I go feed. But I was thinking about this last night. A lot of people that are in the ag world have a deer problem or hunt just because they like to hunt. Well, several years ago they started making these hay bale blinds, and I've had one now for probably really ever since I heard about one. I don't know why I never thought of it. And if you've got bale hay for a living like I do, and then you're also in the grain farming and you got a deer problem, but say you don't want to be uncomfortable and want to be camouflaged well, this was my solution. Now if you are an avid deer hunter and you like to deer hunt all the time and everything too, this will work good for you as well. This is a hay bale blind. It doesn't have the hay on it right now. I actually had this out in the field. I've had this thing now for 4 years. I built it 4 years ago. This is the first time I'm gonna have to put hay on it, but I actually had somebody vandalize it because they couldn't get in it and use it last year. This is not your average hay bale blind. Most of these are built out of PVC pipe with black plastic around the outside, and then they'll have hay laid up against it. As where this one actually is a fully sealed, scent-proof, enclosed, basically box blind style hay blind that I built. It's got 2 pallets across the bottom. I laid 1x boards on the bottom side of those to strengthen them. Then I put a sheet of I think it's 3/4 plywood across the top. And then what I did after that is I came, let's open this thing up. Well, right there, locked, I forgot. All right, I got the door open. So this is plywood. This is all treated plywood here. I built a shelf over there, dirt daubers got in it in the summer. But on the inside, I used wire paneling like you'd use for cattle or something. We had several of them laying around that we wasn't using, and I nailed it to the floor after I laid over the pallets, and I made a circular shape. I used 2 of them wide, and I tied them together in the center of the wire. Then I took 2x4s and stiffened them out to where it'd hold its shape, and screwed those into the plywood. Then I come over here, I don't know if y'all can see real well because of the glare. Let's get you behind here. I come over here, and then I formed windows with 2x4s, and then I found these little trim pieces at Lowe's for basically window tracks, and I took plexiglass and stuck in here. Now the other day somebody vandalized it and actually busted my window out. They tore up my plastic here, and then they about busted the door in and done a few other things. They kicked this whole side in. I've straightened it back out and redone it. I'm reinforcing it, putting a better lock on than I had. That was the other thing, is I didn't want something that could easily be toted off, because I've had several pop-up blinds stolen over the years. So that was one reason why I've quit using those and went to this. The other thing was I wanted it lockable so nobody else could get in and use it. So this is basically just a box blind on the ground that looks like a hay bale blind. The benefit of the plastic, if you use thick plastic like this, is black, and lay over hay on it, it acts as an insulation layer. So it makes it scent proof, and then it's insulated too. So what I bought to cover the outside is these erosion mats. They have like a net that's wrapped around them, and then the hay's woven in them, or the straw is. So it makes it really easy to put the hay on it. And I built this thing cheaper than I could buy it. Of course, I had a lot of the supplies. If I would have bought just a regular PVC one that's cheap, and you can tow them off, or they can get blown away if they're not anchored down right. And this thing, it's not going anywhere. It's scent proof. What I do, I'm lazy and I like being comfortable. when it comes to hunting late in the year around December and January. I bought me a little buddy heater, this little thing. It's got a pilot light, everything. It's just like if you had just a regular wall heater in a house or something that's gas. Does the same thing. I turn this thing on and it heats that thing up, and it's like sitting in my living room in my easy chair when I get one of these comfortable fold out chairs in there. Hands down one of the best blinds I have ever had. I've killed more deer out of these things. The camouflage is just excellent. There is no, they'll walk right up against this thing. I've had deer walk within 3 foot of this thing and never even know anything any different than it was a hay bale. Now I know it don't look like a bale right now because it's ain't got the hay on it. When I get the hay on it, you can't see no black, you can't see no nothing. The only thing that shows up is the windows right here, but the rest of it, I don't have windows on it or nothing, and it's fully camouflaged. It looks just like I have to roll a hay. I love this thing. If you want one you can carry, you can go the PVC route, but if you want one that's not movable and you got tractors or forks readily available like we do, I'd recommend trying to build one like this, because I just run out there with the skid steer, the tractors, whatever, pick them up and tow it and move it wherever I need to. And then you put it in the dry storage during the off months, and hay and everything will last a lot longer. Now this one's actually been outside its entire life, and the hay on it lasted 3 years before it really started coming off using those mesh mats. Now another thing I did was, after I got the straw around the outside covered, I took net wrap out of the baler and actually overlapped the entire bale and stapled that on with net wrap too, to help hold it all in place, and it made it look more like an actual bale of hay as well. So just a thought, but let's go feed some calves. Oh, did you open the door for him? Yeah. Oh, okay. Call him.
Call him. Check it out. Check it out.
Check out.
Alright, you're gonna throw it, make sure you get it away from the flares.
TV. TV.
What are you doing? Come over here and throw some of it.
Dragging my Mountain Dew.
You stand right here, you won't be on camera. Get back. Quit that, that's my jacket.
Don't just throw it all in one spot.
I'm trying to get them away from me so I can feed these calves. Alright, here. Yeah, more. I'm just a big old pet.